Hi, everybody. It's Jess. What's up, y'all? So, I just wanted to tap in really quick and give maybe like a helpful tip on what's helped me so far. I posted a vlog video yesterday, which is a couple weeks old. I actually kind of was holding on to those videos. I hadn't really just posted them like the way I should have. So that was a couple weeks old. But I wanted to share with you all maybe some helpful tips for some IO psychologist graduate students on the job market and ways to express yourself utilizing your experiences. Something I did last night. I had 3 interviews today. So something I did last night is I wrote down, which I probably should have done a long time ago, but I actually wrote down all my experiences in regard to IO. So starting out looking at change management, I wrote down my experience around change management. I wrote down strategy, so the experiences that I've gotten through my education around strategy, training and development. I wrote down the experiences I had around that. And I also wrote down talent management, experiences that I've had around talent management. And then I wrote down the experience I have around research and data analytics. And I also wrote down, well, this kind of goes under some of the other buckets, but I wrote down like some internal type of work I've done to help organizations within like the space that I've worked in. So yes, so that has really helped me not only express, really articulate my experience and what I've been doing, but it also helped me really look back at myself and like, wow, I've actually done a lot of this work. And so for me to sit up here and think that, I haven't done as much or anything like that, like I've done a lot of this work. And I'm sure if you was to sit down and actually write down your experiences under each domain of IO psychology, you would sit down and be like, wow, I've done a lot of this work, especially when you're looking at it from even utilizing your internship experience or utilizing the projects that you've done. Like really utilize all of those when you're looking through this. Because what I saw, with change management, and also a piece of the work that I've done, diversity, equity, inclusion, but with change management, I have helped organizations move through their change process, right? Even if it is at the diagnosing stage, I still helped facilitate the change. Also with strategy development, I actually worked through a strategy with an organization on how to develop it for DE&I. Like I helped an organization through that process. All of that is when you sit down and you actually think about the work you've done, then you can kind of look at the jobs that you'll be qualified for. So for instance, you can think of organization change. You're qualified for that. You have that experience. Not only do you have the experience, you also have the education markings behind it, right? So if that's something you're interested in, as long as you put down your experiences and how it fits, you'll be fine, right? Same thing with training and development, same thing with strategy, all of that. So I just jump on here to say, don't undersell yourself and don't think less of yourself maybe because you haven't been in the formal role, but you still have gotten the experiences. And I said that because I was thinking to myself, I was like, I was sitting there like, what have I done? And I literally just had to like sit down and like really think about it. And it takes mental load, right? But now that I've done that, I feel way more confident. I'm like, you know what? I can do a lot of things. I have a lot of things in my toolkit that I can access. So I can do a lot of things. And so I just get on here to tell you guys, feel confident in the work or even in the interviews that you're getting into, just feel confident. You'll be fine, right? And I guess I could tell you, just sort of what I've said, maybe some potential jobs you can look into when you're looking at titles, right? You don't want to look too much at titles. They're important, but you also want to look at the actual job description. Like, what are they actually looking for in a candidate and see how you fit into that? Like, because some people will have certain job titles and it just doesn't correspond with like what you thought it was going to be. So you get in an interview and you're like, oh, this is something completely different. So really make sure you read the job descriptions and think about how your experiences match. So you could see, if you're an IO psychologist, one of the things that you could possibly look out for a job title is research data analyst. That is, you have skill set there. You can look at organization change, organization development practitioner. You can look at training and development, and these are probably more so advertised as learning and development type of positions. You can look at, not so sure how this would be. It's more so strategy. It might be under change, like when you're looking at strategy type of positions, like change culture, change strategy. You could also, if you have some experience with mergers and acquisitions, you could look at positions that correspond to that. You can look at talent management positions. And so this includes maybe like selection, that individual, the organization focuses on selection assessments of their leadership or just in general. You could look at performance management types of position if you have maybe a lot of research background or even just some actual practical experiences around that. And let's see, what is another one you can get into? I struggle, like I'm trying to, organization effectiveness, that's a position you could look into. Those are titles that correspond. There's so many, right? The ways that the jobs are titled, I really just would not focus on that as much. I would really strongly urge and encourage you guys to focus more so on the job description and really pinpoint how your resume or how your experiences line up with it. And that is my main advice. You can get into consulting in pretty much any of these domains. Like you could do training, you can be a training and development consultant, learning and development consultant. You can be an organization change consultant. But if you're trying to get internally into an organization, or even if you're looking into consulting, when you're expressing your experiences, I would highly suggest sitting down and writing out, those buckets of where your whatever domain you're looking at and writing down the experiences you've got under that. So that would be 100% my advice for you all looking into the job market. And I just wanted to share this because this is an epiphany I had. Maybe y'all already know, right? Maybe y'all already do that. But I was thinking like, why didn't I do this a long time ago? Like now I feel so much more confident because when you're introducing yourself, this is a great way to introduce yourself. Like how I've introduced myself is I'm Jessica. I'm a PhD candidate at Blank University in the Industrial Organizational Psychology program. I obtained my master's in IO psychology in 2018. And throughout my education, I've had the wonderful opportunity to work with organizations during their change management, their strategy development, training and development, their what else did I put on there? Talent management and also data analytics and such. So now I've expressed like every single thing that I've got experience in, and then I can go in a little bit more detail later on when they ask, this is just like let me back up a little bit more, back to the introduction, across a number of industries, law, finance, real estate, all of that. So now I've expressed like all of my experiences, the buckets of experiences that I have. And if we want to go further, deeper dive, like maybe this is a talent management type of position, like, oh, well, what is your experience in talent management? Or if it's a change position, oh, can you talk a little bit more about the change that you've done? So that is my advice. I think that could be helpful for you guys. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions. I'm in this just like y'all, so I'll see y'all next time. Bye.